Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you my returning subscribers. Please, if you are new here, do well to subscribe. Today we are going to see how to blend images to the background. So this is going to be a series. So this is the first episode. Let me call it first episode. So you just watch to the end. So I'll just go to my gallery to get my picture. Right, so this is a picture I'll be using for this. I'll just crop it like this, select it and increase the size. Then I'll go to my shape interface and make sure this is in the middle. So I'll change the background color to, let's say, somewhat pink. So I want it to be a light pink. Alright, like so. So I do blend my images in 3 different ways, but they will all give you the same thing. So anyone that is easier for you, you can use that. So the first step, I go to my shapes, select a rectangle, I reduce the opacity to 0. So increase the stroke width. Then on doing that, I will just merge this together like that. So I will now give it the same color as the background. Then I'll go to increase the blur radius to the highest, 25. So that is that. Click on good. So if you notice, this is already blurry and our background is already blended. The image is already blending to the background without much ado. So if you don't want to stretch it, you can still just leave it like it is. So this is the first way I blend my images. So I'm just going to delete this or hide it. So the other way I blend my images to the background is by using the draw tool here, the draw. Alright, so I can increase the pen size depending on what I'm blending. Then I will increase the blur radius of this pen, increase the smoothness. Then I'm going to just work on the image. Okay, I've not changed the color, so I'll undo this. Select the color of the background. Then with that, I'll work on the image. So if you notice, the lines are fading gradually. So I'll just walk around the image like so. So this is the second way, the second method. I use this method mainly for flyers, for backgrounds. There are kind of backgrounds you want to incorporate an image to your background. So that's when I usually use this method. I just rub it across the particular image I want to blend in. Alright, that's for that. I'll still show you that in the other episodes what I mean, but for this image you can increase the size of this, you can stretch it, you've just blended it. Alright, so I usually use this when I want to blend an image into the background, like reducing the opacity of that, but I still want to hide the edges. So that's when I use this my draw tool for this. Okay, but for the sake of this tutorial, we're not doing that, we're just doing this simple method. So this is it for this one. So I'll just hide that. So the third one and the last one is the one most of us already know by using your gradient. So you go to your color, enable your color, go to gradient, click on the plus sign, tap on this dark part, click on the color container, then I'm going to go and pick the color of the background. Yeah, so I'll pick it, click on OK. Then for this side, for this end, I'll make it transparent. So this is the one we are used to. You can increase this, but the more you increase it, the sharper it becomes, so you just leave it. You can still increase it a little bit. Okay. Alright, so this didn't work from here, so most times we don't do this from this side. So I'll just cancel this. I'll go to this edit here and go to the gradients, so the color we have formed. So most times there are gradients, I don't really know the reason it doesn't work from the color. So when you pick your image, immediately you go to the color to give it a color. You don't need to leave that interface. So this is the gradient that has been formed. You just place it over here, and there you have it. So if you notice the edges are still visible, you can lift this up a bit. Yeah, so if you think the faded part is covering her face, you can reduce the size of this, then you bring it down and cover this part. So these are the ways you can fade out the edges of your image. So sometimes the edges of your image might also be by the side. Let's see, assuming your image is like this, you see, it could be by the side too. So you just make a copy of this, rotate it, also try to fade it in. If it's covering her, you just reduce the size of this so that you just fade out the parts you don't need. Then you make another copy of this, and you rotate it and you make that fade out. So this is one of the simple ways of blending your images to the background. I hope you have learned something from this tutorial. So I'll see you in the next episode.